Alrighty, Rue, folks, it looks like we are live and in the flesh. Now, bear with me for anybody who's watching the VOD or watching live right now. I am using a new software. I'm interested to see if this looks the same or a little bit different, and I hope I can see the chats come up when they do. So, also, during this live, I'm going to be going through our entire Puerto Rico trip, any questions you may have about Puerto Rico in general, little things I'm thinking about along the way, and a couple things I did with like the Amex Platinum card to maximize some stuff out there, some of the other things like the Hilton Surpass card, hitting my welcome offer on the AA card, and pretty much everything else. We went through a little bit of some crazy stuff. I hear the sound is muffled by Tim. Is it muffled or is it just, hold on, let me see 1 second. Let me see if I can adjust this here. I knew we were going to have some issues. I'm like, there's no way. Mic is distorted. Goodness gracious, we're already going to have an issue. All right, let me adjust. So it looks like, muffled, huh? What if I'm back here? Does this sound a little better? This might be a little bit better back here. Or let's try that. Maybe that sounds a little bit better. I appreciate you guys bearing with me. There was a time not that long ago when I had to test my other software, and it was just like this. we had a good time just like this. So please, feedback immediately if you can. It actually would mean a lot to me. Everything else seems pretty much fine. It might just be honestly this microphone for live. It might just sound a little bit weird. How do I sound now? As far as how is this? I see Brennan. Oh, there we go. Okay, so now here we go. I see some stuff now. Let me see here. Bam. Okay, we got stuff on the screen now. Looks a little bit different, and I'm hoping this even is good. Sounds a little bit better, Richie says. Okay, thank you. But not nearly as good as like a normal video and whatnot, huh? Rodney says, okay, better. Very nice. All right. We're doing it. We're doing it in real time. I don't really like this though, to be honest. I can see I can add like these little things to the screen. It doesn't look as good as the other one, but I think we can make it work for now because there's no way we're going back at this point. So I'll just say what's up to everybody before we kind of go in. Always got to have some sort of, just a crazy thing. Oh, okay, this looks better. Okay. Damn, early and unexpected. Very, very cool. Rod, who we just met out there as well, is also here. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, guys. This kind of sucks. This kind of freaking sucks, man. It's terrible. You when I add somebody to the stream where things pop up, it automatically just like. It just removes the chat box in and itself. It won't stay on the screen. What the hell's the point? Now I'm going to get pissed off because, how are you going to have a software like this and every single comment you have to repress this back? That's kind of like ridiculous. Anyway, I'm not here to complain. I'm here to talk about Puerto Rico. Jordan Rules for Credit, Crispy. What's going on, Jordan? Juan Garcia. What's going on, Juan? Was popping, man. Ian, gotta love a live before 9 p.m. Absolutely. We, we're always trying to have a good time. I'm really struggling here. I have to literally press show the chat and then add someone to the progress every friggin' time I want to share something on the screen. That's crazy. I don't want to keep both softwares. What the heck? Miles of Smiles, thank you, sir, for being here. If you're on time, Anthony, you're late. I already know the VOD people have why did you switch software, Ian? Well, it's a lot. It's like half the price, and I actually really love it better for so I'm higher quality now. Like I'm actually 1080p now, whereas on my other software, it says 1080p, but it really compresses it, and it actually makes the computer really slow. And with this, I kind of can set up little keys like this, where I can kind of bounce back and forth real easily. The other one I can too, but it's just the quality is so much higher. So that's kind of really the main reason. All I'm gonna say is I'm gonna have an issue on this stream, and I'm gonna try to hit all comments, but I already know I'm gonna miss some stuff because of the way this is set up, which Makes no sense whatsoever, but what are we gonna do? Uh, Cesar Joel is here. What's poppin', man? For setting up. Well, thank you for setting up that PR meetup. That's what we're talking about, and you set up the best meetup by far so far, and so we're all very thankful because that was the best time ever. Absolutely the best time ever. Yeah, absolutely. Jorge, Anthony, I hope you can enjoy your stay of what I call home. Man, Puerto Rico really was second home for us. We had literally the best time ever. It was the best time. Everybody was together. We were all enjoying, having a good time out there. It was just the best possible time you can think of. Like, I don't know, all the other meetups were also good, but it was just in areas that will were kind of disjointed. Like some people in this hotel, some people in this one. Maybe the communication's a little bit less. Like all those different things. And that this one was so amazing because it was like there was a lot of people in other hotels as well, but like the majority of people kept it in one hotel, like the Caribe Hilton that Cesar recommended, which was the actual location of the invention of the pina colada. There's a couple places out there. Caesar says, there's scamming out there, but that hotel in 1954 is where they invented the pina colada. So I thought that was pretty cool. We got one there, and it was very, very good. And oh damn, hold on, I'm seeing. Hold on, we can. It's not even like. Come on. It doesn't even look that good on this software. It just looks like anything else. Can I customize this? 50 spot. Thank you, sir. Freaking miles of smiles. That's crazy right off the bat. 50 spot on that. Hold on. We got to make this look a little bit nicer. And now I think I can. Hold on. I think I can make this look a little bit better. Okay, we'll make it a little red. We'll make it a little bit red here. Can we get like, okay, there we go. Nice. Now we're making it look like a real 50 spot. Come on, we need something. Wow, are you guys looking at this in real time? Hold on. Wait. Chad, is this real? We have a border. Let's make it black. No, that's not going to work. Okay, I think that's fine. That looks nice. Let's make it a little bit nicer because it's worth it. You're worth it, Miles. You're absolutely 50 spot, man. Thank you, sir, for that. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. I need to make this nicer, though, to be honest. All right, that looks good. I feel like we can go a little bit redder, though. I feel like we can get a little more deep red. And, oh, no, that's not good. No, got rid of it. What if we did this? Oh, no, that's not good either. We can't have this going across as the bottom. What about dynamic? No, that's terrible. You guys have never seen a stream like this before. It's completely broken now. Oh my god. I've completely broken the super chatting. Listen, I understand. If you have to leave, I totally understand. This is not what I expected whatsoever. Hold on, we can make it nicer. There we go. Let's make it big. I mean, let's have it look like something, for crying out loud. I mean, you know what? Screw this. Make it the entire screen. Miles of smiles. 50 spot, baby. 50 spot. Thank you for that. I see you guys saying like, oh, wow, white border now. It would be nice if I could actually look at that white border. LOL. Oh my goodness. For later, your mic voltage is too high and you're clipping a bit. Yeah, I wonder how I can actually adjust that. Hold on, let me readjust. Let me readjust. Red now. Oh, bright. Ooh. Thank you, Ian. This live stream, it might be the worst stream or the best stream, and I'm not sure where we're headed because it's extremely hard to manage right now. It's extremely hard. I can't even find the 50 spot anymore to put back up. Oh wait, I could do it here. Bam. Okay. Let me try to adjust this mic a little bit before I start, freaking out. Okay. What about that? Does that do anything? Does that sound less crazy? Because maybe we can do this. Huh. Okay. No, wait, I don't want any mic delay. Why do we have mic delay? Get out of here. Okay, how does it sound now? Freaking amateur. Anthony Venture, the amateur, testing things out on the fly. All right, I feel like if I don't get too crazy and I keep the mic over here, I think that might sound better. But let me know. I think that might sound better now. All right. Okay. Tyler Grace. Hold on, let me make this smaller. What's up, big dog? Wanted to pop in and wish you a good stream. Appreciate you, Tyler. I know Tyler's killing it on his channel right now. He's got his own channel, so he's go check him out. Definitely killing it over there. Thanks for stopping by. Let me just say again, Miles of Smiles. You know what? I have something for this occasion. Miles of Smiles. We have a new hat. Okay, we have our our Joe Barretto wig. We have our cowboy hat. Sometimes I have the raccoon hat, but I have acquired a new hat for these streams and just for occasions just like this. And the newest hat is one I got down in Puerto Rico. And I don't know if it's called anything, but it's this one right here. I don't know if you would consider this like a Bruno Mars hat or something like that, but basically we were out in Puerto Rico, and Joe Barretto met up with somebody from a website called money.com, which is like the most insane domain ever. Like, how do you have money.com? That's got to be worth millions just on the domain itself. And so with that, they gave away some hats for an event for like affiliates and YouTubers and stuff like that. So we went there, tried to do a little bit of business while we were out there, but they ended up just like hosting a little event where we had some some free mojitos and all those different things. But they gave out these free hats. So like Cesar Joel was doing it. A few of us were doing it, and it was good. We had a good time, and now I have this new hat. That I think I might be like Bruno Mars now. So I'm really excited. And this is terrible. I have to look at my phone for higher quality chat experience. I mean, that's absolutely insanity. What the heck? But yeah, so we were there. A lot of people were there. Richie himself. Richie says, sorry, Filmos World. That was the last one, I promise. I'm not even sure what we're talking about. Kerry is already planning our next Caribe visit. Absolutely. That's the best place ever. Rod, like I said, for anybody joining, yeah, the cigar hat. Yeah, this. If you guys watch, what's it called? I Think You Should Leave with Tim Robinson. He has a hat like this, and he has the cigar, and he's like, the driving crooner. So I think that's the, oh my God, I was making that joke out there. We were in the pool. I think I was with Xavier, Luke's Points of Miles, Richie, a few folks, but I turned to Luke and I was like, and I think Joe as well, but I turned to Luke and I was like, I'm cosplaying as JP Knowledge on this trip since he couldn't make it. I am absolutely JP Knowledge when I wear this hat. Like all of a sudden my knowledge is expanded. It's great. Rewards Master was out there as well. We got to chop it up a little bit while we were out there. That was a good time. Chad's Money Minutes. What's poppin', Chad? Chad, I will say we missed you. We missed you at the meetup. However, the only thing that I feel bad about is that you missed out on this hat, because this hat is absolutely everything. So you would have gotten it, but it's all right. But we did miss you out there. And I think we'll definitely see you on the next one, 100%. But this was the best part of it. Seeing Caesar and everybody was great, but the hat is everything. JC Super Chat 2 spot. Hold on. Does this actually say on here like Super Chat $2 from JC instead of just saying the actual chat? I mean, look, we got to take take notes from StreamYard. StreamYard is really doing it up really well. Look at that. It does say it on the screen. Super Chat $2. Come on, man. You don't have to. Why would you have to say that? We know. It's JC. But all right, whatever. What are you going to do? Yeah, StreamYard looks way nicer. So, Yo Ant, major FOMO from PR, Panama Hat Crew, LOL. Absolutely. Look, it was very close to going to PR again. All right, I wanted PR to be the spot. In fact, I think once we run out of destinations for these meetups, PR just might be the place because it was that good. It was that good. It was that easy to get there, except for you West Coasters, a little bit harder for you guys. It was fairly cheap. Everything there was fairly cheap, except for some of the crazy dinners that we did. It really is like the best of all worlds, and it's super safe. all of the people that were working there were fine. Everybody accommodated everything. Even though we were literally there during that new mayor, Mamdani, in New York, he was actually there celebrating, I guess, his victory out there. And it was like 2,500 people stacked at the Hilton Caribe. In fact, you can kind of see it right here. This was the hotel that we booked in San Juan. And it was insane. It was absolutely insane. But 2,500 people, just for that alone, for his celebration out there, like he was staying at this hotel. It was so loud. But even at the height of the craziness when we landed, of all the music and all the celebrations, they still accommodated no problem. Like I was still getting my bottles of water. We still were able to check in. It got a little bit busy, but the staff never got, they never seemed like they were stressed out. Honestly, they never really seemed like they were stressed out. And it was, yeah, I mean, these pictures are legit, like actually where we were. Like, let me show you. Literally during this picture, like in these little seats over here by the ocean, we were just hanging out there most nights, under the moonlight. The pool here is where I was hanging out with, I guess Luke and Joe and Richie and a few other folks there, some other meetup folks and all that. Ian, that communist didn't ruin the vibe. No, it was. I think it was. He was actually behind us at one particular point. Switch back. I think at one point he was. Let me see if we can bring up the chat here. I think at one point he was doing some sort of a speech behind us, but we weren't really sure. We were just like having drinks and having food, and he was like right over there. Someone told me, but someone said they saw them, but I didn't see him exactly. I just saw his crew, I guess. But as Filmo said, it was absolutely packed, but it was still an awesome experience. Yeah, 100%. The chat says, yeah, my FOMO is through the roof. Look, we're gonna kill it again. We're gonna kill it again next year. Absolutely. Rod, who also I wish I could bring out pictures and stuff, but Rod, who was there, and we met up with him, and he hung out with us for most of this trip. I got to meet him out there, 10 spots from him, so thank you, sir. Thank you. We had a really good time. He was out there. So we had like this little crew of, we had Rod out there, a guy named Rel, who's also who joined, and we got to meet him out there. Joe, Xavier, Richie, I guess Richie, Filmo, me, and my wife, and a few other folks. We were just every morning at the Caribe, just going down and getting breakfast, and so the breakfast. So I guess a little bit of a tactical stuff. If you have Hilton Gold out there, thanks, Calvi, nice hat. If you have Hilton Gold out there at the Caribe, you have continental breakfast completely for free. Now there was a discrepancy prior to, I think, when a lot of people were booking in the past, like, it's U.S. territory, all of that. They use U.S. cash and all those different things. But since it's technically not in the continental United States, would you end up getting Hilton dining credits? If you're Hilton Gold, like, are you getting 20 a day or 30 a day, whatever? So the answer is, for the Caribe, it's actually continental, so much like you would get abroad. And so they have a breakfast buffet that you do get completely for free if you have Hilton Gold, but that's only for cold foods. So if your assortment of meats, some fruits, some vegetables, and some bread, that is all completely for free. But if you want the hot food, so like the eggs and the bacon and the sausage and some of the potatoes, breakfast potatoes, you have to pay more money. You have to pay $20 per person, mind you. So for me and my wife, it was $20 for each person. So each meal every single day, if you wanted the hot food, would end up being if you add like a $5 tip, like $50 per day for breakfast. Now I guess two things kind of happened during all of this, which was either, and Roddy, thank you for that super chat, man. That means a lot. And we killed it out there. And so I think I could just remove it like that, right? So thank you for that. And everybody who's super chatted, Miles, friggin' JC, amazing stuff. And JC, and Rod as well. Thank you so much for that. So you can do the hot breakfast, $50 per day. Now, I guess two things that people did out there that was kind of funny. So for anybody that's going to stay there and you still have Hilton gift cards left over, they were able to process them no problem. So like literally Joe and Xavier had, I think, $300 plus worth of Hilton gift cards that they got from the past, from like their Surpass card before, the gift cards are pretty much wrecked, which you can, I gotta pull it up right here. We now currently are working on an updated Hilton gift card experience. Stay tuned for more details, but there's still some people who have those gift cards kind of roaming out and about. And for somebody that has the Hilton Surpass card like they do here, and this $200 credit, so 50 every quarter, people were doing that to buy their gift cards. So I guess a couple of things on that. Well, one, for the gift cards themselves, they're able to process them no problem. A lot of people were billing things to the room, and that was breakfast, $50 per day, and they were able to go to like balance zero. So if you have gift cards left over, you happen to go to this property, okay, cool, you can use it. Outside of that, you can use your Hilton Surpass card, pay at checkout, which is what I did. I ended up having just about $70 worth of breakfast that I billed back to the room. And so I'm going to use that $50 on the Surpass and pay like 20 out of pocket for all of them. But I don't really know what happened. But I paid only $70, but we got breakfast for 4 days, and that was $50 per day. It should have been $200, but for some reason they only charged me full price for one day, and then one other day it was like, I think they only charged like $20, as if it was only one person and not my wife. So I don't know what the billing thing was. I would actually like to hear if anybody else did have, an experience like that where they didn't fully bill it out. But I was able to only get charged $70 for $200 worth of breakfast. I don't really know what happened there. But that's pretty cool. The money kind of comes back in that way. I will say Filmo here, who was getting breakfast with us as well, he said, I didn't spend enough to use all my gift cards. Still have $50 left. Come on, man. You should have got more breakfast. You should have got something. You should have been billing more stuff back to the room. But I was happy because I had no gift cards. I had used them in the past. And so I was just able to use my Surpass. Easy money right there, all day long. And so, that was good. That was good for sure. So I will say, as far as breakfast is concerned, and is it worth the 50? I don't know. When you're out there and you want to have some food to cover you until dinner. Yeah, I honestly, I did think it was really good. I thought it was probably, I don't know if it was, I think it was worth maybe $20 for a single person, but but they won't, but they kind of watch like hawks. If you try to steal some stuff from other plates, you can maybe do that, but you're kind of gaming in a way. So Caesar actually just said he didn't get charged for breakfast. Really? Well, if you charge Cesar Joel in his home country for breakfast, I don't think good things happen to you. Caesar could probably single-handedly take down the Caribe if he wanted to. Let's be honest. But so yeah, so that's so. And Juan, what's going on, Juan? Anthony, the upgrade to hot breakfast was $20 per day billed to your room. Yeah, and for some reason, I only got billed, 1.5 days out of the 4 days that we had breakfast there. So I was like, all right, good, easy money, easy money. But I don't know what necessarily happened there for sure. Cesar, you could take down the Caribe. I can't see get billed at all. That's crazy. And you were there I think at least a few mornings. I think we saw you down there. So Jason said, I tried to use a $50 Hilton gift card at the Boulders Resort in Scottsdale back in January. Lady couldn't get it to work, but did a manual adjustment, $50 off my folio. And the card said, oh, wow. That's pretty cool. See, that's like those interesting situations where it doesn't really work out in your favor, but you can make it work, right? They can make it work or make it right, which is very cool. I like that. Damn, look how big this friggin' thing is. We'll make it smaller, but yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome they can do that. And she was so nice at the front desk. Of course, Joe and por eso hablar español, just going ham. Going ham with schmoozing some people and getting things over. She was processing gift cards for it was probably about a half hour, just one after another, and then talking in between, and then one after another. Probably $400 worth of gift cards that night. And then although unfortunately, I tried to use my second Surpass that my wife has to go to net zero for the $50. I'm actually glad it didn't happen. It didn't work because I didn't get charged over $100, so I would have actually missed out on some money there. Or maybe not missed out, but it would have been just weird. But for some reason, the Surpass that I took for my wife just was declined, and I think I took the wrong one. So now I still have $50 left on my Surpass that I gotta we'll use somewhere. I'm not really sure, but we'll see. Let me see. Miles comes in hot and says, was the Hilton gift cards really worth all the effort overtime? Oh, yeah. all day. I mean, look, I didn't use the gift cards, so I didn't use them at this particular stay. I've used them in past days and stuff like that. But it's a fun thing. Like, I think some people look at it like, oh, it's annoying to deal with, like the processing the gift cards. But you got to remember, we're talking to the people who work there, and she's asking like, oh, how do you get these gift cards? And we're describing like, oh, you have this card, whatever. We used to buy gift cards, and now we have them, and she's processing them. It's like a good time, honestly. You're just hanging out. Of course, it's all of us there, so we're just like riffing back and forth while they're doing the gift cards. And I mean, look, for those who did get charged all the breakfast, like Xavier and Joe, and I think Luke as well, and Mike, what's the points? I think they all did get Hilton gift cards. I mean, they were able to build up, probably a year or more worth of gift cards, and then just kill it all in one stay. And this way they can have the hot breakfast for them and their families, and then they can, pay it all off at the end. And it's completely, balanceless, zero balance at the end. So I think it's totally worth it for sure. It just sucks now that with the Surpass you can't buy them at the moment. But that's why we've talked about doing the authorization form and stuff like that, so you can kind of give that in. I wonder if I could blow it up. Doing the pre-authorization form, billing your card today, and then it goes on your room folio if the hotel allows. And this way you can make use of the $200 credit and essentially not gift card it because it's going on your room folio, but prepaying for future breakfast or future restaurant food, whatever you can bill back to the room. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of ways to kind of do it nowadays, but for sure that's I think it was worth it. I think most people would say it was worth it. And Ian says, no free hot food for Diamond. No, I don't think it mattered. I think it was just if you have gold or above, you have free continental breakfast, cold. But if you want hot, you got to pay $20 per person, and not to mention, the tax on top of it. And yeah, Anthony is just gold. But, unfortunately, I think for either is that's just how it is. Richie says, dang, I've paid full price for breakfast. They must have known I hotel hopped. Yeah. Yeah, they must have known you weren't there for the full 5 nights. But I mean, everyone should have paid full price for breakfast. I don't know why I wasn't charged. But it's I mean, hey, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Like I was telling you, Richie, sometimes you put some money out in the world, maybe a little extra, and then it comes back to you somehow. There was some big dinners. We paid for that, or there's other things that we were gonna, we wanted to buy in, and look at that, it came back to us somehow. What's the selection of hot food? Was the selection of hot food worth the 20? I wonder if I could actually see. I would love to pull up the breakfast buffet. Let's see if I can pull it up. I mean, obviously, I have videos and pictures I could put together for some future stuff, but let's see here. Oh, wow. There's an actual. This might be funny. So this is something different. I think I can play this a little bit easier. Now, let me know. I'm going to do this live with you guys. Let me know if you can hear this.
To show you the breakfast, that's the continental breakfast at the Caribbean Hilton.
Caribbean. Because if so, we can make this work. Damn, does that cover me too? I wonder. So at the very least, I think you guys can just see it. I think you can hear it too, but
hey there, I want to show you the breakfast. That's the continental breakfast at the Caribbean Hilton. It's the brunch that's included if you're a Hilton Honors member, or you can just purchase it. There is both a free, covered continental breakfast, and also at this restaurant called Nectar in the Caribbean Hilton, there is an upgraded breakfast where you can get things that are a little bit more like hot scrambled eggs or fresh omelets. So I'm just going to give you a little tour. We stayed here at the Caribbean. We're going to are tons of different milk options, cereals, pastries, like these yummy chocolate donuts. You can toast your own bread. So this stuff is all covered in the free. Yeah. And then there is also a paid upgrade where you can get some other things. Now, some of this is free, some of this is paid, so I don't want to confuse you too much. But the stuff that you see is hot, like the hot bacon you're going to see coming up, and also the homemade fresh omelet. Those are paid upgrades.
Oh, that's right.
And I did that on one of the days just to get a little bit something extra, but all this delicious fruit was included free. So there is plenty to enjoy. Here's a look at the hot stuff.
That's
and
pretty
an
good.
Italian
And
restaurant
we had a
called
crab too.
Rustica.
In
Here's
fact,
a
Luke's
little.
son actually caught a crab. Well, not those kind of crabs, but he caught a crab and was in a cup, and he was just like, "Oh, I got a crab." It's very funny. It's very funny, and they had a lot of those little things. Yeah, they had a lot of those little things running around. We had iguanas out there, and it was pretty crazy. Um, Bam. Yeah, so I would say, yeah, I think it was worth it. Actually, I do think it was worth it for the amount of food we got and for the lack thereof food you would normally get throughout the day, just hanging out. It pretty much keeps you good until dinner time. So I think that's really good. Um, I like the bacon was very good. I think the sausage was good, but I like the omelet though. The omelet you can customize whatever omelet you want, and they'll just make it right in front of you. Bam. I think that's straight money. I think if you're somebody that eats breakfast anyway, you with the amount that you can possibly get for the $20, you probably end up saving money. To be honest, you might end up saving. Um, but yeah. Kelby says, "I don't see Anthony getting breakfast. Where are you in this video?" I'm that was me behind the camera talking. Yeah, but no, it was good. It was a good time, and yeah, I'll have to find my own footage and put it all together. Um, and so Miles says, so status did not matter. Everybody got food for breakfast. Yeah. Well, I actually don't know what it would have been if nobody had status at all. Like, I wonder what people would be charged for the breakfasts if there was no status. Because obviously you got the cold for free, but and the hot was $20 extra. But if you didn't have status at all, I wonder if it was like a set price or something. That would be fairly interesting, honestly. So I mean, it mattered, but how much did it matter? I guess we never really asked. If I had nothing, no status, if I was silver or less, what do I do? Can I still get in there? Or is it like, no, you got to pay an extra 20 or something like that? I don't know. Or actually, no, I do know. What am I saying? Because they would normally charge. Yeah, after two people, they would charge us like $65 or whatever it was after taxes and fees. But with the Hilton Honors discount, you get $10 per person off, so it was $20 cheaper, so it was 45 after. So I think it would be, I guess Hilton Gold saves you like $10 per person, I guess, on your reservations, or 20. If we had two people, so $20. And then gold, yeah, exactly, $10 each, as Caesar says. Sorry, I totally forgot that their bills would come in like that. It would be like 65, but we're going to deduct 20 for the Hilton Honors. So yeah, you save 10 each by being gold. Well, I mean, it's not, but like Ian says, Hyatt doesn't play these games. They just feed the globalists for free. Well, I will say this is one of the few properties, at least that I've been to, that was like, oh, you got to pay extra for the stuff. Like when we were Hilton Gold for all of Greece, all of Italy. All the continental breakfast included cold and hot completely for free. And that was pure money. Really, really good breakfast buffet as well. Very, very good stuff. I might even put this one a little bit higher, though. I'll be honest. In Puerto Rico, it might be a little bit better than the ones out there in some cases, but the ones out there were really good, really, really good as well. But that's the thing, Hyatt, man. Like anytime I've had, globalists either covered completely or give you vouchers like 75 per day or something like that, just to cover breakfast completely. So yeah, all day. That's all day. That's they do it right. They do it right. But yeah, it's one of the few that I've been to that charge you extra. But I still think it was pretty much worth it. I wanted to get to, there was somebody mentioned like the government stuff. Yeah, Kevin said how the airport was affected by the government shutdown. So, and we can go through all of it, but so that was a thing. Here is a situation. So when we first were going to Puerto Rico, we enlisted our good friend Daniel Sparks. He has a channel, and he actually drove us on a one-way positioning drive to Atlanta. So he drove us from Greenville, Atlanta, 3 hours. He's a great person. He also picked us up after from Atlanta and brought us back home. So that, man, that saves a lot of money, a lot of time. It helps out a lot. And so he drove us to Atlanta, and we just flew Delta, just main cabin on a 767. I paid like $800 cash for it because I had no more miles, and there was no other good redemptions. Like if I wanted to fly from Charlotte via AA to go to Puerto Rico, it was like It was literally like 1 cent per point. Like it was like call it $1,000 flight and 100,000 AA miles. I was like, that is not worth it. I'm just gonna pay cash. And then I found that Delta was like the cheapest, so I paid like 800 or 900 cash for it. Went on over, and we really had no issue whatsoever. I mean, we just flew straight there, 3.5 hour flight, easy, or actually 3 hour flight, easy money, landed. But a lot of other people had issues, like Phil Mo and Joe Barretto were on the same plane flying United from Newark. They were delayed for like a few hours on the tarmac, and then I think they had to switch planes, and then they didn't put Joe's wife on the same plane as him, and then they complained, and then they made it work. There was a lot of people who got delayed coming in. We didn't have any issues coming in, but when we were leaving, some people's flights, because of the government issues, and people who aren't aware, the FFA put out regulations saying we're going to be limiting some flights. I think just countrywide. And everyone was starting to get affected in Puerto Rico, and so like South flights, I think Points of Phillip, his flight ended up getting canceled. He had to rebook with somebody else. There was a couple of the flights that ended up getting canceled or got severely delayed. So there was a lot of people that dealt with that. The only thing I heard while I was out there, I forgot who mentioned it, but they were like, oh, if you have if you're flying a hub, like an AA to a Charlotte or Pennsylvania or Philadelphia, or if you're flying a Delta to Atlanta, like a major hub, they're going to prioritize those flights first. So luckily I was flying again from San Juan back to Atlanta. And so they kept my flight. But when we got on the plane and we boarded before we left, we got on the plane. I'm flying Comfort Plus this time because it was much cheaper going back. So it was like 50K Delta miles we had left over. Comfort Plus, easy money. Another 767, so an old plane. Great seats and everything. We sat there and we waited and we waited and we waited, and we were sitting on the tarmac for probably about an hour and a half, I would say, just waiting. Eventually we found out there was like some engine lock issue where they needed a part to rectify it, and there was nothing they could really do. So we deplaned. We had to get off the plane, and then they gave me an option like, hey, do you want to fly tonight or do you want to fly tomorrow same time? So it would have been like 2:30, so we would have had to stay overnight again, or just or fly tonight, which ended up being boarding at like 11:20, meaning our flight was delayed initially by like 8 hours. And we were in the airport and we were like, oh man, what do we do? And you're like, all right, let's take the delay and let's just sit in the airport for 8 hours. Joe was still in the airport escape lounge that was there, so we went and hung out with him for like an hour until he had to leave. And so we did opt for the 11:20 flight, and so we hung around, we stayed in the lounge for like a couple hours, and then Delta issued like a Delta voucher or a food voucher. So we ate at one of the on-site restaurants at the airport. They gave us like $72 to cover it, and it covered most of it. And then we got to it was just a lot of waiting. We were in that airport for 10 hours, just doing nothing for 10 hours straight, And then once 10 o'clock came around, we were like, okay, only an hour left. Then they delayed it by 45 minutes, and then boarding was around midnight. I was like, oh my god, here we go. So then we got to midnight, and I was like, what if we just have to they delay it till tomorrow? Like, we should have just went. Should have just stayed at another hotel out here. So we got to midnight, and then we boarded at like 12:30 because there was more delays because apparently there was like a medical emergency and they had to redo some of the medical supplies that were on board. So there was that. And then we didn't end up leaving until 1:30, I think. It was like 1 o'clock, I think we ended up actually taking off. And then we landed at 4:30, 4:30 a.m., to which then we took a quick Uber in the freezing cold to our Hyatt place out there, Hyatt place south of Atlanta. And then our boy, Daniel Sparks, who was our private driver, who I mentioned earlier, he he is the private driver we had to cancel. And, hopefully Delta covers his fee. And then he drove us back the following morning. We slept for 5 hours, and then we were good. So yeah, I will say the government shutdown did... the government shutdown definitely would have, it definitely did affect a lot of people. Ours wasn't really affected by government stuff. It was just an engine thing, but for everybody else, yeah, for sure. CJ Bautista, glad you made it back safe, my friend. It was great meeting you and Mrs. Venture. Can't wait for the next one already. We met CJ out there. He had a drone. He was killing it out there. Very, very fun guy. Very, very cool. I wish we actually got to talk a little bit more, but during that meetup, we were just getting, everyone's getting pulled in every direction. So yeah, that was Yeah, that was a good time for sure. It was great meeting you as well. Absolutely. Let me see here. Um, Anthony is working. Anthony is working you, Daniel. Oh my goodness, Kelby, don't let him know. Ian, security is not that bad at SJU. I probably would have gone back to the hotel for a few hours. The front desk would have been happy to be. We thought that, but then she was just like, do we really want to go back? Like I said, like, look, we still have our Caribe bracelets. Just make sure not to turn the pineapple upside down, because then you get some people that think you're into alternative lifestyles. But yeah, this bracelet is money. This is worth its weight in gold. You get the bracelet, and then you have access to the private beach on property, the pool area, the outside bar. Like, this thing is money. If you wanted to just come on off the street, this is worth $100. So I'm going to keep this now. So I'm going to like repair it, and I'm going to go to the Caribe one day and then not stay there. I'm going to stay at a cheap place. Then I'm going to come by with this, but it's not going to work because they actually have to scan this, and you have to actually be staying there for it to work. But that we could have gone back and just hung out, but we were just like, we got the food voucher, we have lounge. Let's just hang out, and let's see what happens. But yeah, 100%. I agree. Phil says Joe was back there somewhere on the plane for sure. Ian says, Platoon on the same plane. What garbage airline was that? It was United. For them, yeah, United was something that a lot of people talked about during this trip. I heard from a few people, just like, they weren't too happy with United. I'll say they were not too happy for sure. Let me see a couple other things. Dem, I've had my Amex Green to Gold upgrade for a couple months, and today I was going to pull the trigger and it was gone. Really? Do they ever come back? So I'm surprised it was gone. Usually they don't disappear. I'm actually really surprised. Caesar, you're in the chat. You're the Mr. Upgrade man. Do you ever see them come back? After that, it's very odd, because usually it's like, the typical wisdom is just, once you are eligible for an upgrade, it'll happen like within like a day, after you were to, either downgrade a card or what have you. They'll re-upgrade back like immediately, or they'll give you an offer immediately. So I'm surprised it disappeared. Are you sure you just like, didn't check anything special? Like, I don't know. Did you check like the phone versus like the website or something? Might be worth, looking on both. CJ says the hack of a lifetime is having someone at the Caribe put you as a guest. Yes. So as CJ said, if you had, yeah, that was a crazy thing during the Caribe. So like I said, you need this, and you need to be staying there to have access to the private area. But what people quickly found out is you could just like add up to 3 guests to your room, and then they all get their own wristband too. So they would just give one out to so-and-so and say, hey, you're my brother. Here's your name now. Or you're just staying with me, whatever. And then they'll get a card. If anyone asks, boom, but they don't really ask. They just scan it and then you get in. So yeah, that was the hack all day. And yeah, that's how you did it. So like there were so many people who were having access to the Caribe that weren't staying there as well. Not a million, but as Rodney says, thanks Xavier. Xavier had he had 3 people on his account, all with the bracelets. So that was pretty sick. And a lot of people were maxing out their bracelets for sure. Caesar says you go and look for the card by visiting the Amex page and accept the offer. In the app, it'll come and go. Oh, I see. Yeah, so that's why I guess, similar thing. Just like try to go on the website. Maybe you'll see it, the upgrade offer. But interesting, on the app, it'll come and go. Oh, yeah, well, definitely in the app, it'll come and go, because usually like it's below your, the things that you pay for. It'll be like, oh, upgrade offer, and then sometimes it'll be something else. Here's a spend offer or something like that. But yeah, it should always be there on the website itself, like on the desktop, I should say. So I would do that. Kevin says, dang, I'm surprised you're able to avoid United, Ian, based on where you're located. Yeah, I could see that. Oh, thankfully I've never flown United. Going to keep it that way. Yeah, I don't know. I think they have a good time, but yeah, they have. I have on this trip specifically, a lot of people had issues, but I don't know. Maybe it was more of an issue with Newark than anything, because that was a mess up there for those folks who were there all day. Tyler says Atlanta is my home airport, and they have done a great job keeping up during the shutdown. Oh yeah, it's sick. I didn't even know you were out there all day. Yeah, there was no problem in Atlanta really at all whatsoever. So that was good. Hey, Salas, hope you're doing well, Anthony. Hope you're doing well as well. Salas, appreciate it. Dem said, I did both website and app. I'll keep checking. Interesting. Okay. So I guess we'll see. I want to make sure, because like I said, this new live stream service is nice, but it's not as good as StreamYard. This is really not good that it does this. Yeah, I don't know why I can't keep everything up on the screen. Color says Bruno Mars is more like Anthony Jupiter. That's a very funny. Yeah, that's funny. Kelly says, don't drink the United juice. Yeah, I know you're vehemently against United, Calvi. I know you're not down with it whatsoever. Yeah, I know you're not gonna be going with them whatsoever at all anytime soon. But I'm like, hey man, one of these days maybe we'll get one of their cards. Maybe have a good time. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything special here. Kevin says the old software, it looked closer to 720p. Yeah, it was like not as good. This one at least is much higher quality, I would say. Like I'm looking at myself on my phone and it looks better. Okay. Yeah, the ocean at night from the spot was so pretty it looked almost fake. Yeah, all day. It's kind of crazy. Like it really does look like this. When you're hanging out. Like this looks like some of them from the beach wing, not the beach wing, sorry, the garden. I think the other wing, that Joe was staying at. That was a good one. We were staying in the beach wing. Here's the private beach. Like we literally were hanging out right here, and it's actually, so I guess it's illegal to have a private beach in Puerto Rico. Like it's not allowed. But I guess what they found out is they can like man-made kind of structure it and create this beach. So like there's a whole rock wall here that'll disallow anybody to actually get onto the beach, and then there's no other way onto the beach other than like going to the area where you come out of the hotel and they have to scan your thing. So they pretty much lock it down to make sure nobody can get onto this beach, even though no such thing as a private beach, but it is a private beach because of the way they made it work. And actually, fun fact about this hotel that we learned is that it's actually one of the first 10 like resort Hilton hotels in the world, the Caribe. Not only is it like the founder, like they enlisted somebody to make the pina colada here in 1954, but it's one of like the first 10 Hilton resorts in the entire world, which is actually really crazy. I think it opened in 1946. So it's going to be approaching, 100 years old in 20 years. I guess not that close. But they did it really well. And so like the rooms are like, they can be a little, but they're really not bad at all. I love it. Some people are like, oh, they look old, but I thought it was fine. But yeah, it's a fantastic property. $70K a night, during decent times of the year. 5 nights free. That's 280,000 points. I think it was well worth it. Cash price is about 3,000, so it's actually oddly enough after 5 night free a little bit over 1 cent per point. So not that I cared anyway. Like it's just a good property. I would spend that all day. But it is actually a good redemption too, at least during these times. It might have been a little bit of inflated because of the mayor, the Mamdani was there, and it was like super super packed. But yeah, no real issues whatsoever. So I think that was pretty. I think that was pretty good. I think that was very very cool. And as Richie said, the ocean spot looked kind of fake. Absolutely. So yeah. So there's that. We're talking about United here. United has a pretty small footprint up here in Boston. Interesting. The only reason I know is where the terminal is because it's Chase Lounge near it. Okay, cool. Delta. Oh, Boston is a Delta hub, right? And oh shoot, I heard IAD had a shuttle crash at the airport recently. Unfortunately, JetBlue is number 1 at 27, but I just stick with Delta and fill in with AA. Yeah, man, JetBlue is pretty cool. Pretty cool too. Okay, so I guess along with going through all of the along with going through the Hilton stuff, like using the gift cards and the credits and all of that, there was I guess a couple other things that we were able to do. So San Juan does have let me see here. I'll shout this out because I think it was definitely worth it, and I wish I could actually bring that stuff on the screen, but I can. So there was, as I'm preparing this, there was a really nice restaurant out in San Juan. So actually, we won't even do that. Let's just do Puerto Rico because. Oh no, where's the location here? No, what are we doing? Puerto Rico. Hello. Can we get? Okay, fine. Let me click. Man. Hello. Nothing. Yeah, what? Okay, this is very odd. I guess you can't really do it that well on the website. On the phone, it works no problem. But can I now? Can I do San Juan? Okay, let's see. Give me all. All right. Yeah, this is correct now. Climbing top rated, new on Resi. All right. So cool. So Resi. Now the reason I bring up Resi is because obviously because I took a recent upgrade offer from my traditional green card up to the platinum card. I took an upgrade offer of spend 2K, get 50,000. I did recently get my 50,000, so that was cool. But now that I had a platinum card and the mirror design, mind you, I had a $100 Resi credit to use because I used my old quarter. Now I have a new quarter, so the $400 Resi credit. So I had $100 left, and I was like, okay, so if we all there was a few of us that had platinum cards. And here's something you need to know if you're going to be going there in groups like this. This actually you know, mess this up a little bit. But so I was like, okay, let's see if there's any cool Resi restaurants. So we went on the website and I saw there's a few different places and everything like that. But we were in an Uber coming back from Old San Juan, and someone actually mentioned Casita Miramar, this one right here. And immediately the driver was like, "Oh, so it's muy bueno." They're like, "That's a good place." You're like, "All right, that's okay. Let's do it. Let's do it. It's on Resi. Let's use the $100 credit. Let's do it." And since there was, I think, 4.5 of us who had a Resi credit, so we had 4 platinum cards between us, so it's $400, and then someone had an Amex Gold card, so there's a $50 Resi credit that all could have been used. I was like, okay, cool. We'll just split it up between all 5 of us, and that'll pay for a large portion of the dinner, and this way it makes it free for everybody that was there. We had 12 people, and this restaurant, let me just tell you, was absolutely freaking awesome. It was actually one of the most memorable dinners we've ever had, and it's so unassuming. I mean, from the outside, it just looks it looks really nice, but one thing that was special, which was here for parties larger than 8, please contact us. I actually, because they didn't have we obviously we had 12 guests, so we couldn't really make a reservation for it in that way. We tried to call them, they wouldn't answer. So I actually called the Amex Platinum Card concierge. After so many years, right, of dogging on them and saying they can't do anything, I said, let's just try it, right? Let's call the concierge and let's see what happens. I got spill water everywhere. And let's see what happens. So I called them and I was like, look, we got a party at 12. Can you make it happen? Called, stayed on hold for a couple minutes. And they were like, yep, we can accommodate. No contract required. Just come in. We'll have a private booth, dinner table set up for you. And this was in the back of the restaurant in a quiet, really nice area. It was awesome. We were private. We were able to be as loud as we really wanted to. It had its own air conditioner in this area. And, it was just so freaking good. It was really, really awesome. The server was great and everything like that. And so the platinum card was able to get it done, so that was cool. But what happened was, and this is something to know if you guys are going to be rolling even semi-deep in Puerto Rico, it seems like it's most places, because I kept hearing, after talking about this, I kept hearing other people have this experience. It seems like when you have more than 4 items ordered between 4 different people, so if you go out and you have 5 people, so your wife, 3 of your friends, whatever, and you go to some place, it seems like, and Caesar, correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like most of the restaurants out there, when it's more than 4 people, they can't actually split the bill any longer. They can only put it on one bill. And so what once was a really good plan to get $450 in Resi credits from all of our platinum and our gold cards, to literally take the bill for what we literally spent, it was $900 for 12 of us. We was going to cut it in half, and then we would have owed nothing. We had to put it all on one bill, so we ended up putting it on Sunny Money. If you guys follow him, changed his channel name to Jay Geyser. He actually put it all on his card and got his Resi credit. But I was upset. I was like, oh man, that would have been so freaking good if we could just put it all and split it up between 4.5 cards. I wouldn't have covered half the bill. We wouldn't have really owed that much after that. So I was like, damn. So it's words to the wise. And I didn't think that that was an issue because we did have 5 people on a lunch just prior to that. I was like, oh, there's 5 people, and we were able to split the check in a few ways. But I think maybe there was some discrepancy on like I only ordered 1 thing for my wife and I, so there's only 4 things ordered, and so that maybe they could split it because it was only 4 things and not 5 things. I don't really know, but just something to know. Like if you're trying to split and really game these Resi credits. If it's just you and your wife, cool. You can, you should be able to split it, or at least $100 credit is going to be covered. But just know that that is a thing. So Caesar actually concurs. He says, yeah, usually they split it up to 4 people. So yeah, anything above 4, you're not really splitting it. And so that I was like, damn, man, we could have saved so much. But whatever. What are you gonna do? So now I still have my Resi credit that I gotta actually use. Actually, probably in the next couple of days. I think about it. I'll probably see if I can use that and use that $100. But also, just huge shout out to this restaurant because it was all that. It was all that. Definitely get a reservation in advance, though. It seems like it's a well-known area and very, very close to the Caribe. We actually could have walked like 15-minute walking distance. I think you could see it right here on the map. Yeah. Casita Miramar. So the Caribe is right here, and the Casita Miramar is right there. So I thought that was really, really cool. So outside of all of this, of course, outside of like just gaming credit cards and all these different things, we had the meetup, and that was at the Distrito di Mogo, right here, as Caesar made it, and it literally was popping. Maybe not popping as much as this picture. This is like way more lights, but it was very close to this. And the meetup was insane. It was actually freaking insane. Actually, I'll pull up because it might just be a little bit better if I can log into my Discord here. Hello, I want to log in so I can see. Sometimes it doesn't do it because it's not the website version. Let me see my Discord. Can we log in? Because there was a lot of pictures from that in the Discord here. Let's see, for the Puerto Rico Meetup. Yeah, so this was like the area. Here's Mike, what's the points with Luke, Rich with points. And I think in the Discord, his name is Kite, actually. He was a cool guy that we got to talk to about his upcoming trips to Italy and all of that. Here was me meeting Dugras at daymoney.com. You see, we got the hats. You can see everybody's got the hats. Everybody has it. We got Rich, we got Points of Philip back there. Dugras is out there. Let's see any more of the event when that happened. I think I posted a few. And where is actually? I could probably play. Is this the one that I did? Yeah, this is the one I did. Here's the actual meetup, so you could see the actual so T-Mobile area, right where the stage is over here. That's the stage, and that's all of us right there. So that's really nice. Let's see. I see CJ Bautista's in the chat. Where is he? He's somewhere in here somewhere. Unless he walked away at that time. CJ, where are you? Where are you in this picture? Maybe you're right there? No. See if you know what? Everybody who's watching, see if you can find your favorite creator here. We have here's Rod, who's in the chat as well. Rodney the second. That's him right there. Kill it. Joe Barreto absolutely going insane on the WAPA. In fact, here's a fun fact. That WAPA was so large. Oh, wait a second. Joe, why is Luke holding... This is Joe's wife, Terry, who you've seen on many streams. Why is Luke swooping in on Terry? What's going on here? Wait a second. We're gonna have to call Joe. I might do this live, actually. I'm gonna do it live. F it. Let's call him. This is unacceptable. This is absolutely unacceptable.
Señor Ventura.
Jose, you are currently on live with me. We are literally live on YouTube right now, so don't say anything too scandalous. But I just realized something, and I want to get your reaction to this.
Yeah.
So if you want, go on my stream right now and look at the screen that I have pulled up.
Okay, I'll be right. I'm going to do that right now. I'm actually at the computer.
I appreciate it.
Hold on 1 second. Let me go to YouTube. Déjame ir a YouTube because now I'm more Puerto Rican than ever now that I'm back from PR.
We're talking about the meetup.
I see you. Wait. 73 people watching.
Yep.
I see the screen. Okay, I'm there. Talk to me.
So as you guys can see the proof, there's Joe on the phone. He's talking in real time. Now I just noticed something. So I was looking at here. I was looking at
my God, what the hell is that?
Why is Luke grabbing Terry?
Why is Luke having his arm around my beautiful innocent wife?
What the hell is that? I did not see that.
I didn't realize. Yo, honey, you allowed Luke to put his arm around you? And it's a massive arm. That's like a thigh. A thigh, a calf.
Right?
20 pounds of arm.
So while you're here having a good time screaming, wave.
Yeah, mind you could tell that was like a really full-fledged wepa, right? Like I had it going on. Yeah. And what the hell?
I mean,
Luke played me. Meanwhile, you have Dugras in the back saying I pledge allegiance, right? and
But poor unassuming Terry is.
But look at what's even worse. Look at Sledge's hands.
Damn.
Over. You know what I'm saying?
Sledge's. Yeah, he's getting ready.
Sledge is getting ready. I don't know what Sledge was doing, but Sledge was on one right there.
Yeah.
And there's our boy Jay, a.k.a. former Sonny Money, in the back.
Sonny Money right back there. Yep.
Our man Rodney, the Rod Man, is there.
Who's here in the chat right now.
And I didn't even know. Wait, I just know something else. What is Johnny Ma doing to Juan Garcia?
Whoa, Johnny Ma! Come on, man.
Yeah, that was a little bit creepish right there. Like he's got his lips puckered.
Yeah,
this is really telling right there. Wait, you're not slick. Keep moving it over. Keep it. Okay, I don't even want to know what was in your shorts. Anyway.
Whoa! Hey, listen, that's very long right there. I mean that.
Yeah.
That's.
So you stole a pen from the money group and stuck it in your pocket.
Yeah, or I took a free banana from the continental breakfast.
And Princess Elsa is there.
But wait a second.
Man, Jonathan Martinez is there. And Papi Chulo Chase is there.
Jonathan's a little close to you know what? Oh, here's another scandalous thing I just realized. Jonathan, when we were talking to each other, he was like, "Hey, your wife looks like she has a lot of energy. She looks like she's really, really fun personality." Now all of a sudden he's rubbing up against her. I mean, what the heck? That hair is practically touching him. It probably is.
But here's the thing.
Whoa,
Jonathan, and I love my princess, but Jonathan was just trying to show that side where the very caring, loving side.
Oh, really?
And he loved her hair. He just wanted to feel the texture. He wasn't doing anything inappropriate per se.
Interesting.
Although, now that I look at anyway.
We got Chase looking at you. Chase Yokoyama's looking at you screaming. He's looking in awe.
I don't know who Yuri's looking at, but
yeah, Yuri's looking for the next deal.
Yeah, for the next. I'm just gonna behave.
Yeah. Rel back.
You know what he's looking for. CJ Bautista in the middle, right behind.
Oh, there he is. Yeah. Oh, I couldn't see him. There. Okay, cool. There he. That's right. I was looking for him. CJ Bautista. Mike, what's the points right there?
Yeah, and then you have behind me is Jorge Rodriguez. And then you have Xavier behind us as well.
Xavier. Gary.
Okay. Gary was the man.
Yeah.
Yo, did you tell the people that Gary played us? Did Gary know about did you tell your gente about that? By the way, just gave you a like there. So, guys.
Thanks.
We're having dinner, right? And this guy comes around selling roses. And none of us want to buy the roses, right? We just had a long trip at Bacardi. And all of a sudden, Gary comes out and whips out 4 yellow roses for the women that were there.
Mm-hmm.
That was class.
Yeah.
That was class. You know what? Gary, who looks like he's 25, was 58.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that guy's 58 somehow. The right in the middle, next to Joe. That's insane.
You know, like I can't. Like, but Luke, now that you bring up Luke,
yeah, that I couldn't. I had to call you. I was like, "We're doing it live," because I had no idea.
I had no idea. And then you know who we wait, keep going back, go to the other side.
Okay.
I see our man Rel.
Yep.
Rel is back there. Yo, let me tell you something, guys. Not just because, you know, Caesar put it together and Anthony set up a lot of this. I have to say, this was the most amazing thing. This trip was just ridiculously amazing.
Yeah.
It was perfect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It really was.
Best time we could have all ever asked for. I mean, look how together everybody is. I mean, literally, this was like a posse. A lot of the meetup. There was some people we split up half and half, but it was like most of us were together most of this time. So
we would eat breakfast. Actually, the next day when I got home, I missed everybody for breakfast because I really did miss them. We ate every single day together. Yeah,
I was showing them the breakfast earlier that they had there, and they were like, "Is it worth it? Is it not worth it?" Oh, I didn't even tell you, Joe. Yeah, I guess we'll do it live. I didn't get charged for a lot of those breakfasts. I only got charged for one day and then a half of another day. I was supposed to be paying like for 4 days. I only got charged $70 total for everything. So I don't know what happened.
Look, I can't complain. They took care of us there.
Yeah.
It's funny because I'm going to pull a Matt Clausen and tell you, I just did a video. But I literally just finished when you were calling me, talking about what I felt was worth it. And to be honest with you, the cards that we had made our trip a lot easier.
Yeah. Yeah, all day.
Honestly, like from even going to the escape lounge. Had you not had an escape lounge access, what would you have done that whole time that we were out?
Oh, geez. Yeah, I mean, we stayed there pretty much until closing, and then we went and got food at the restaurant upstairs. But that was a good spot to hang out at for a while. Charge phones and all that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, this was and Fogo the Child was great.
Yeah.
We had the as we call them the Brady brothers, but then we weren't really the Brady. We just took Brady and then it's Smith. The Smith brothers, but we call them the Brady brothers. Yeah, the Brady
bunch. This guy right here, we're gonna have him on at some point, I think, very soon. He said he's shy to go on camera, but he's so freaking Brady. He was like, I don't know, man.
Brady. Oh yeah.
Right. I'm like, come on.
No, you know who was mad cool too there? Angel Torres.
Yeah, right here.
Him. Angel was fire.
Yeah.
Angel was just a great guy.
Yeah.
And I don't think enough is said, but the relationships that we formed there were great. Philip, his wife, Richie, his wife.
Yeah.
Like Jason, I don't even know what to say, honestly. I just think we had such a great time. It was too short.
Joe, I did not realize you said for a few this trip. I'm putting it on the screen now. That Stan rubbed your head, and I did not see this until now. I shared this picture. I've shared this with people. I did not notice that you were laying down on the book credits.
Yes, look.
Wow.
First he rubbed my head.
He rubbed your head.
And then if you move over, so Terry goes, wait a minute, Stan is rubbing your head, and then look where Terry ended up going. Keep going. The other way.
Oh my gosh, he's on the complete opposite.
Terry's on the exact other side. Like, what the hell? She was like, no, you got Stan, all right, bet. I'm going to bounce and go to the other side.
Wow.
So she's clearly on the other side where the Bacardi name ends.
That's insane.
Right, slide it over. Yeah. Keep going. Look how far she is, guys. She's right there, blocking poor Kate.
Holy crap.
You see, she blocked Kate. And again, look what's in Anthony. What's wrong with your pockets, bro?
Listen, look. This specially made. I mean, I don't know whose thing looks like that. A rectangle.
I don't know, but you're special.
Yeah. It curves. It's yeah. That's packing. That's packing.
No, but look at this. Okay, just to give people an example, look at all the people we had here, and this was just a portion.
Yeah.
Filmo, Terry, Jason, Gary, us. Bob, Rel, like it was just so freaking cool. And some of the best drinks, I feel, the pina coladas at Bacardi were just amazing. So
Yeah.
Nichols, Johnny, and Stan with the coquille. We finally got him to hear a coquille that I recorded him hearing it.
That's right.
You know,
That's right.
was beautiful.
Yeah, that was definitely, it was revolutionary. It was the best.
And the man, the myth, the legend, Xavier needs his moment in the sun.
There he is.
Because Xavier was just the freaking best. I love Xavier.
Nobody tops Xavier. Anytime you guys come to a meetup for the future, you have to go through the gatekeeper, which is Xavier first. If you pass the Xavier
orange
check,
shirt there,
you're fine. Yeah.
Xavier is no joke. But I have to tell you, Stan being on his lap was life-changing.
I could see that. It didn't look like you wanted to leave, you know?
I didn't want to leave.
You know.
Actually, my head was more in his lap, and then I just got inclined for some reason, and then you notice I was up in the air for a second.
Started floating, levitating. Yeah. I think you were like, Stan, treat me like one of your patients.
Yes, I did. And then that picture was cool, too, where we're on the bus going there. Like, we took over a whole little trolley. Like, It was just really cool.
Yeah, that was too good. Yeah, we are the entire trolley. Only a few people were like, why is these people saying wait up? What's going on here? You know. Oh my God.
And Richie, let me tell you, Queen Guad and King Guap.
Oh my goodness, we can't.
I know, we can't, but they know. Richie knows and Kim knows.
Yeah.
Look at Dugrass doing his gang sign. Carrie's like, why does he have his arm around me? Kate closed her eyes. Why? She's gonna like.
Oh right. That's right. Representing upstate New York.
The Queen Guad.
Jeez.
That's it.
Unbelievable.
And wait, Rodney, right there.
Oh,
Rodney is the nicest person you could ever want to meet and have with you. Rodney was so amazing. We had such a blast. I mean, look at that picture. Look at that. Rel, Kim, Juan. I mean, guys, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Anthony.
Well, thank you for coming on the live with us for a quick.
Well, you know, we know how you do.
Yeah.
And anybody looking for next year, when we're going to go, and it's announced, you don't want to miss it.
Yeah.
Because we really, honestly, I think it was like 50% subscribers and or just friends that showed up and 50% creators.
Yeah, I think so, actually.
Man, look at that. Why do I love you? I love you, puppy. Thank you so much. You guys, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. All right? The man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Venture is there with the coolest hat. We got those hats. They were gifts to us. So that was really badass.
Yeah. All day.
I love you, puppy.
Love you too, man. I'll talk to you after.
Take it easy, mi gente. I love ya. Bye-bye.
See you, man. So there we go. That was good impromptu. I think I missed some things, but I noticed Stan the man is here. And he said Joe's hair is so soft. So I didn't realize that, Stan. I had no idea that, because he kept saying, like, oh, Stan, caressed my head, but I didn't have the context for it. Like, I didn't understand like what he meant by that. And then I just realized, yeah, it's the freaking picture. It's the picture of you guys right here. I'm like, whoa, that's insane. That's absolutely insane. So yeah, that's pretty money. I'm glad to have realized that. But yeah, I mean, honestly, like we said, we're gonna have to talk to Luke, man. I'm gonna send this picture to him, or somebody gotta send it to him. Be like, what happened here? Was he Mr. Steal Your Girl, or what happened? So that's so funny. Ridiculous. Let me see what else is going on here. I don't like where I'm at in that picture. Roddy says, wait, what? Am I missing something else? Wait, I gotta see. I don't like where I'm at in that picture. In the middle here, you mean? Or, oh wait, no, I don't think we looked at this one. You mean oh, all the way in the back, fraud, all the way in the back. What are you doing back there, man? You either mean that or you mean squish between Johnny Ma and Sledge. But I don't think that's a bad thing to be here. Or right here, this picture. I was like, where are you? Yeah. This is not a good spot to be observing this mess, Rod. Absolutely not a good spot. And what's going on? What's in Richie's glasses? Is he reflecting Joe laying down? I don't know. Man, you could see so much from a picture like this. Like, this is crazy. But I didn't even think about, my everyday carry down here. Insanity. Absolute insanity. That's very funny. It was such a good time. Luke goes live. Oh, I forgot. Today's Thursday. Oh, damn. Today's Thursday. Holy crap. I totally didn't even think about it. Whoa. Okay. So, you know what? We'll end before then, no matter what. But yeah, that's all right. We're going to have to ask him. Like, if you guys can for me. He says, Anthony asks, what were you doing with Joe's wife at the meetup? Please ask that for me if I can't make it. I think I should, but we'll see. Two Crows looking like he's going for his U.S. citizenship and Luke going full stealth. That is very funny. My goodness. Where the hell was I at? Yeah, Filmo, where were you during that picture? I mean, you were there. Where is Filmo? Yeah, you actually aren't here. No, we have a few folks, like Noah's back here. This guy, Jimmy Duff, he's in the community sometimes. Yeah, Rich with Points back here. If you guys know Rich with Points at his website, he came through. I had no idea he was coming. But yeah, no Filmo. What the heck, man? Where were you? Where the heck were you, man? Alex had got lost in the back. Yeah, I mean, what the heck? I'm going to have to talk to Luke about this. Yeah, I mean, listen, we can analyze a lot of these pictures and we can find some stuff. I can't believe that. World Explorers, the only problem I have with these Resi credits is that they don't work abroad. It doesn't make sense being in your travel cards. Yeah, 100%. I think that's one of the issues. That's why we try to use it in Puerto Rico, because it can be used there. It's just, we couldn't split the bill. Jordan, the more we analyze this, the more it looks like an upside down pineapple meetup. And I mean, that's a perfect tie-in right there. I mean, you're completely right. You're completely right. So yeah, I didn't even realize we had that until after. John, you just missed some crazy scandalous stuff, and your father was also on stream for a moment. What's going on, John? You got it. Yeah, I highly recommend going back like 15 minutes, John. It's worth it. I can't believe it. Filmo, every time I saw AV in Puerto Rico, he had 2 bottles of water. It's true. Literally, no matter what. Like, the hotel was just giving them out like crazy. So I was like, we got to stock the room up. You should have seen our room afterwards. We had like an insane amount of bottles of water. I might actually even have a picture of it here before we left. And it wasn't even all of them, because we also threw out a bunch up there, when we left. So, and remember Gary? We were talking about the rose Gary got us. That's one of the roses he bought. He's a real gentleman. Gary is. So yeah, definitely a good guy. Where's all the waters? I definitely had more pictures of that stuff, but I don't know. So John was at the gym. Will we watch? Hell yeah. Killing it. Brendan says, I'll catch the meetup next time, I hope. Yeah, man. I think you can make it. I think you can make the next one. Definitely worth it. Let me see, make sure Ian says, where's the next one? Break the news? No, I'm not breaking the news yet. The news will happen in probably a few days. I'll say. Yeah, in a few days. It'll be announced in the Discord as well, just so you guys know. If you want to join that. World Explorer, I'm actually happy some are doing these live streams. Yeah, I mean, it's good to do. I just figured I think I should do a whole video anyway on it, but it's a good recap just to go through and have fun. I've been live in a little bit. Calby, 7 p.m. Calby confronts Luke live. Yeah, we need that. Dollar Man, hey there, Luffy. Oh my god, I do look like Luffy. Whoa. Oh, you're so right. Hold up. Come on. Every time I look like somebody else. Let me see here. Bro. Damn it. This is terrible pictures. Come on. Give me a better picture. All right. You guys like I can just switch screens real easy now. I look like Luffy. I look like him with this hat on. God. Always somebody. There's always somebody I'm looking like. I need that red. I need like this red little vest here, and I think I got it. Yeah. I'm gonna start like, stretching my arm out and everything. That's so funny. Wow. Unbelievable. Anthony watches One Piece. I used to many years ago, not anymore, but yeah. I heard One Piece is like still going on. Like I remember watching it 20 years ago. I think there's still like new episodes. Gary has bought more flowers for Carrie than I have this year. Insane. Filmo, be good to your wife. Come on. I mean, you did take her to Puerto Rico for 5 days, so I guess that's worth it. But that's new lore. What happens in San Juan stays in San Juan. It's 8 inches soft. Wow. Yeah. I mean, Jesus. Her and Luke's pineapples are upside down. This is too much. Luke, we're gonna have to get Luke. We're gonna have to ask him, confront him with the picture and everything. Yeah. Okay. So, and yeah, it's still going. That's insane. So I will say, let me think. Do I have anything else? Oh, well, I do have some news here. So that was Puerto Rico. I don't know if you guys have any more questions to that, but I do have some other extra news we can go into for the next like 10 minutes. Yeah, I guess it's slightly small enough but big enough, but something worth doing, I think. Let me see here. Let me pull it up. So this was shared to me in the Discord recently, this morning. So I thought it was something we could bring up if need be for anything. But this, so we've added some wording, even though we kind of had some wording, and now we have some other wording. But basically, Chase adds restrictive language to Ink Cash and Ink Unlimited cards. So, as you guys know, the Ink Train is very popular in this community. We love the Ink Train. And they mentioned here in recent weeks, Chase has added reworded the following on Chase Ink Business Cash and Unlimited. The new card member bonus may not be available to you if you've ever had this card or any other Chase for Business card without an annual fee. We may also consider factors pertinent to your business in determining your bonus eligibility. And they mentioned here, like at first we didn't post this as it seemed like it was actually being enforced at all, but seems the net has tightened with more applicants receiving a pop-up stating they are not eligible. So, I mean, it's kind of just on par with a lot of the stuff we've been seeing lately with Chase, like, tightening on credit limits. Like if you have, a 10K limit, I've seen people drop to 5K, they're lowering limits with the, based on the amount that you're actually using the cards. Also, we know that it's been getting exponentially harder to actually get approved for any chasing cards whatsoever. So that's been a thing that kind of hurt a lot of people for sure. Like if you had more than 2 ink cards, it's like very, very hard to actually get approved for a third. And that, what once was possible, a year plus ago are now, much harder, much harder. As Brendan says, ooh, got my 3 just before this. Yeah, I got 4. Now it's like, impossible, completely impossible to get any more. And I mean, I guess in the past we have had language like this. I haven't looked at it in a while. It may have just had it, like they said, reworded it. So they may have just added a couple of things, and whether or not they actually enforce that is a whole nother story. But apparently what they say here, I thought they said, receiving a pop-up stating they're not eligible. So, I mean, they're saying that they have seen reports of people getting like a pop-up window, pop-up jail for chasing cards. So I thought that was fairly interesting. However, I guess it's just trending towards everything we've been seeing with Chase lately. It's like, oh, pop-up window for the Chase Sapphire cards now, or if you're eligible or not for the bonus. All those different things for these chasing business cards. And it's funny because also in the past we've had some wording that I remember when I was just starting to get into the ink game, they still had they had wording that was like 24-month, welcome offer eligibility. So it was like, oh, you can get a bonus on an ink card once every 24 months, like a typical Freedom Unlimited. Then they got rid of it. Then they didn't have it for a little bit. And then now, they have this language that states this. So I wonder if there's any reports out there from you guys or, just keep in touch if you're somebody who is applying for them and you have maybe 0 ink cards or 1. And see if you get any pop-up window stating if you're eligible or not. I think it's definitely going through a tightening phase right now all across the board. And Chase is definitely no different for all of it. So, you try to stay optimistic, but, definitely all these little things here and there are to prevent us from just gaming and getting more and more of these over time. I mean, if it's still possible to get like 2 of them, per person, then that's cool. But it definitely hurts, it definitely hurts in to a degree for everybody who wants to just like gonna go hard and game them like crazy. So yeah, that's definitely a thing that I thought was worth mentioning. I also wanted to do a shout out to Jonathan Martinez, who said, "Hey Anthony, pleasure meeting you." Oh, computer's lagging a bit. Let's see, are we back? He said, "Hey, Anthony, pleasure meeting you and the rest of the content creators in person. It was so much fun. I'm definitely game for the next planned meetup. Hasta pronto." Yeah, well, you know what? Jonathan, I got a question for you. Let me remove some of these things because we're lagging a little bit. Jonathan, what's the deal here, Jonathan? What's the deal? What's going on here? Why are we so close? Huh? I didn't realize this. I was looking to my right, and I'm like, oh, all of a sudden, Jonathan, who's, he's looking pretty jacked, he's looking handsome, and, good tight pants, and he's stealing my girl. I'm like, what the hell? He's like, all of a sudden, we have Luke stealing girls over here, and we got Jonathan stealing girls. I'm like, whoa, that's insane. That's absolutely insane. So I just wanted to kind of confront you live here. While you're here, but it was also great to meet you too, and it's an honor. It was an honor to see you there, absolutely. But very cool guy. We met there, and we had a good chat a couple of times out there. So very, very cool. As Calvi says, "Oh, you're in trouble." No, it's all right. I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble now. They banned this guy talking about some token. Phil, I missed the 40K ink referrals. Yeah, that was another thing. The ink referrals went from 40 down to 20 per person. They also removed the whole, if I want to refer my wife to a chasing card, I used to be able to get a referral on that, 40K per, 20K per, which we've taken advantage of in the past. But now they've reduced it to, 20K. And then also if the person that you're referring already has an ink card, you'll no longer get the bonus. So kind of like Capital One-esque, where if they already have like a Capital One account and you refer them to a card, you don't really get the bonus. So, yeah. So it's all the same thing that we've been seeing over the past couple of years. It's par for the course at this time. But Caesar's laughing about Jonathan. So I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. But as Eduardo asked, if you can't churn subs, what are you staying loyal to? And I see Dem here saying City, Eduardo, then Amex. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, in my opinion, if you're just not able to churn subs, like if you ran through so many different things, it's like, then you just kind of have to go with any card that will give you a large sum of points that you can possibly use in your future travels. Like I recently got the Capital One Venture card. It's like my only Capital One card that actually got like miles back at all. But it was fine because I actually ended up using a lot of those miles to fund my Lufthansa business class back home from Italy. Like I didn't have any other ways to easily transfer that over to Air Canada, but I happen to have those miles left over, and so it worked for the trip. So it's like I don't really care about loyalty. It's more just like, well, how likely am I to actually get approved for any one of those said cards, and then how likely is that to fit into my future travels over the next 12 to 18 months? And it's like, if yes on both, it's like, cool, I'll go for that. But it gets hard, I mean, for a year straight, I was just, going crazy churning inks. So, you know, if that's, you know, that's been long gone, and I used all those points now, so I have like 20k chase left. I got nothing. In fact, that's why I'm really like, because I want some more Hyatt stays in the upcoming future, that I'm transferring all of my Rakuten points over to Built while we have that kind of window right now of 6 months where it's 1-to-1, just to build up the Hyatt. Like, there's always some sort of a sweet spot. So it's just like, how likely you get approved for something, and then like, how is that going to benefit your future trips, you know? And then just kind of go for that. Like, I could see a point in the future where like, oh, I'm no more Hilton, and maybe I have some timeshares coming up in the future, but I need to stay today, or not today, but you know, sooner. You know, maybe get a City Premier. Go for those kind of cards. Send them over to I Prefer. Get some I Prefer hotels. Like, I don't know. At this point in the game, I'm kind of just like, who will approve me, and then how can I use that in some future travels, you know, and then everything else is just kind of icing on the cake. Dollar Man, Mr. Steel Girl, and Jonathan's laughing. Look at Jonathan laughing all the way to the bank. And with that, we hit 6:30, so I think that's a good point. You know, Luke's gearing up. He's going to be go live at 7. And remember, we have to confront him about stealing Joe's wife. So let's remember that, and let's add it in at 7. I'll be in there. So I think we'll sign off here. I think it's a good spot to go from it. So I want to say shout out to a few different people. A shout out to JC for the 2 spot. FOMO crew with PR. It's all right. You'll be at the next one. 2 spot. Thank you for that. Rod, who I met out there in Puerto Rico. Absolutely amazing time. Great guy. Funny as well. Thank you for that, Rod, that 10 spot. And then Miles of Smiles with the super chat 50 spot that made me get the hat on. You made me get the hat. So thank you for that 50 spot, man. That means a lot. And yeah, I hope it was a fun one. I hope we learned a little bit of Puerto Rico. We learned a lot about how to steal wives. So for everybody here, those are the lessons that we learned. And no, I just appreciate every single one of you. I hope to see you all at the next meetup. Join the Discord if you want to find out where the next location is going to be. I'm probably going to announce it in the next few days. And let's have a good time, grand old time. So take care, guys. Enjoy, have fun, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye. And remember, we are on a new thing here, so I'm going to see if I can end this. Let's see. Finish and broadcast. All right, I might see you guys in 1 second or might not, but take care.